Alright, hi there guys, this is Nord. Today with my first Let's Fix It video, and we are today going to, or I'm going to try to fix these Nintendo Switch Lite consoles. I just got these in, so I didn't take a closer look to them now already, so yeah, we'll take a look at each of these and now we're going to try and see if we can fix them. So let's go ahead and open up this one, because it already has, there are already no screws inside. So both have definitely been opened, so it's going to be interesting. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah. Okay. So let me get you a little bit closer so we can take a closer look at this. So before we start and working on this, let's have a quick rundown of what we got here. So we got a broken ribbon cable right here. I'm not sure, it might be the power buttons that are missing up here. We got another missing ribbon cable here. We got a missing ribbon cable connector here for the stick. That's already a lot of damage on this side. That's a lot of damage. We got a water damage. The indicator has been triggered, so that's definitely water damage that we got here. We got a missing button pad here. And that seems to be about it. USB port seems good. The heatsink is a little bit bended, but that's an easy fix. Yeah, basically just this guy is really messed up, and yeah, the water damage might have done its thing, so we might not be able to fix this one, but we'll definitely have a closer look. I haven't been working a lot on Switch Lites yet. So this is interesting. This is a Wi-Fi chip here. I definitely got another one where you can take some parts and stuff. Oh, come on, let's get back in there. Oh, okay. Alright, so this is definitely water damage. Yeah, let's see what's readings we get on the voltage meter. If we plug this in, we get 0.1 amps. That's pretty unusual. That's definitely indicates that there's something fairly wrong. It's not no charging current, and most likely indicates some kind of short or yeah, whatever the water damage caused here. Okay, so far for this one. Let's take another look at the other one. Here it is. So there's definitely one pad missing here on the stick, but it's not too bad. Overall, it's in good condition. You can definitely clean this up and it will look pretty good, I guess. It's missing the game card slot. It's definitely missing. Let's see what else it's missing. It seems to have the button board, but definitely doesn't power on. And if you plug this in, let's see. Okay. Oh, that's not too bad. That's pretty close to a normal charging current. There's nothing showing up on the screen, so maybe the battery is just very low, or yeah, there's probably something else bad with it. Okay, let's take this one apart and have a look at this one. So this one at least has all the screws, and it looks like they at least had a fitting screwdriver, so that's already pretty good compared to stuff that you get on eBay or wherever. Because there are a lot of people around now trying to fix Switch consoles, because a lot of people make videos about it, how to fix Switch consoles. Yeah, but it's just not enough. Like, for me, I'm very used to work with micro soldering and stuff like that, but working on these kind of components like QFN and BGAs, that's just a whole different story. And even I needed to buy a microscope to to be able to work with this QFN chips, because without a microscope you barely have a chance. You can get it right. I fixed, I don't know, a few without a microscope, but to really make a real good work and have a good look and everything, you really need a microscope. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Please be no water damage. Oh, seems like there's no screw at all in here. Okay, it's no water damage. It doesn't look too bad. That looks pretty good, actually. So there might be something wrong with this connector. Might be a bent pin, or it just looks funky, I don't know. So we got the power button board included. That's pretty good. The ribbon cable is intact. This one is intact, and this one is also intact. So everything is looking good on here. Let's see what else. This one is still good. Oh, here's something. Yeah, okay. This is probably the game card thingy. And we have both pads on this one. This connector is also good. This one looks fairly good, especially compared to the other one. So let's go ahead and take out this mainboard, and then we're going to have a look on it under the microscope. Alright, so I just took apart the second board, and so we are looking at the water damage board now. And meanwhile, the other board just jumped to fast charging, so the charging circuit on the other board is definitely good. It's pretty exciting. Alright, so let's take a look at this board. So first we're going to check for some shorts here. Okay, there's nothing interesting here. This connector looks good. This connector also looks good. Yeah, I removed the metal shieldings so we can have a look if there's any liquid damage in here, so this looks good too. And the connector for the digitizer also looks good. This is the controller. Got a little bit of whatever here. let's get a tool, and this looks like some residue of whatever, maybe some liquid. I also saw that the battery connector is corroded, so there's definitely has been some liquid damage. Nothing fancy here. Also on the APU there's nothing. And also the RAM section looks good. And here you can see the indicator. It's definitely been triggered. So probably the liquid came in through the USB-C port, which you can also see the pins look a little bit weird. It has some residue here. So we definitely want to clean up this. Luckily this part looks good. Oh, except from this guy up here. Here's also something. But it doesn't seem like it's being affected very bad, so that's good. Oh, we got another good connector here. And here we can also see there's some corrosion on these pads. But it's not too bad. And it's not this battery connector which is corroded, it's the one on the battery, so we also have to watch out for that. Okay, so but besides that it looks fairly clean. Oh, okay. Up here we get another one. This one is a little bit corroded, which doesn't seem too bad. Here's even more residue. Definitely has dried. And on this diode there's also some corrosion. So we definitely want to give this board a nice clean. Oh, there might be something on this connector too. The back, you can barely see that. Okay, let's take a look at the other side. So this voltage regulator looks good. This chip up here looks good. We got a little bit of maybe corrosion here. Oh, it's definitely some. Okay, looks like it's flux, or at least it feels like it. That's also some corrosion, but we also saw that on the other one, so a little bit of discoloring maybe. Okay, now it's getting interesting. Don't know if you can see that on the camera. Let me try to get this a little bit clearer. But the pads up here, there's no solder on them. So someone definitely tried to replace this chip or maybe reflow it, I don't know. So this guy is definitely bad. The connection here, they will be all bad. So we could try to redo this, or we just replace the whole chip and make sure we get a good one in there. Oh, and then it's getting even more interesting. So there's also something on the BQ chip. It definitely has been done some work here too. Here's some flux. And this guy looks fairly bad. This capacitor down here. As you can see, it's all black on this side, and we got some nasty residue here. Ugh. Really not looking that good. Okay, so let's continue this journey. Here we got also some flux, maybe. Probably just went down here. And they were working on these chips up there. Here's some residue, probably from the liquid. This also looks like liquid. This is probably flux from the production, and we can see here has been cleaned with some IPA. There's this typical white residue. Okay, that's not too bad. Maybe it's really good and we just need to have a look at the charging circuit here. But before we do that, we definitely give this a good clean and brush off everything we can. And then we're going to do some basic testing, see if we maybe can find out if these chips are bad. Maybe there's a short. And otherwise we're going to replace it this way or another probably, because we can't be sure if the chips that are soldered in are still good. It's probably the easiest to. Oh yeah, this one is bad. So we got this two capacitors on this side which are shorted to ground, and they are directly connected to the M92. So as far as I know, these are not connected to any voltage line, they are just connected to the M92. And yeah, we got everything shorted out here. So this guy over here is very bad. So we definitely need to change and remove the M92. Let's have a quick look on the. I need to turn around the camera a little bit. It's a little bit angled. Yeah, it's straight on my view. Here you go. Okay. No short here. Nothing here. So maybe they just heated up this guy so badly that this one reflowed itself. Or they just tried to reflow it and maybe it's still good. So we definitely need to replace this one over here, the M92, which is a typical problem with the switch in general, because this chip is just, it's a nightmare. Alright, so we also have some solar here on the ground plate. That should be fine. Okay, so now we're going to clean everything up again. Cool. So we got no dirt left on the bottom of the chip. And also, of course, we want some fresh flux on the board so everything works out smoothly. There we go. That's good. Alright. So now what I like to do is I apply some flux to the new chip on the bottom, of course. Where else? And I just turn it around and check out the orientation to make sure that we are going to place it the correct way later on, which is fairly important. And I think it's supposed to sit like this. So I think the big dot is there, and this chip indicates this one. I'm pretty sure. I will have a look at the other boards just to make sure. And then I'll put it to the side so I can grab it easily later on. It looks very messy on the camera. It isn't that bad. It's just some small residue. Nothing we should be worried about. Let me see if I can make this a little bit cleaner for you. So it doesn't look that terrible. But yeah, this is better. Alright, so I tried to improve the camera settings a little bit for you guys. I think this is the best I can do for now. Alright, so let's go ahead and add some flux. And then we're going to put in this nice chip. There's some weird stuff going on in the BQ chip. There's some bubbles coming up there. Maybe it's just because of the IPA. So what I like to do is I like to preheat the board until the solder melts. So this way I don't need to heat up the chip so badly before anything happens, because it takes a while for this ground plane to get liquefied, because it sucks a lot of power, a lot of heat, As you can see now, it's getting ready. Wanted to check if orientation is correct. Yeah, it's correct. Okay. And once you see that the pads are getting liquefied, we're going to add the chip. Suddenly all the flux is gone. Just blow it away. This is why I also add some flux to the chip that I will place in a few seconds. This way I have some fresh flux applied right away. Oh yeah, now it's getting good. It's all getting shiny. That's already a little bit dark for you guys, but this has to work. So now I'm placing the chip and blowing it away. That's great. This basically means my flow is still a little bit too high. I will just reduce it furthermore. And then we're going to put this guy into place. Wouldn't have to set my flow actually if I just place it. So now I couldn't blow it off. I think we're pretty good. Just push it down a little bit so everything makes a good connection. And you can see there's some solder coming out, which is just a sign that there's a little bit too much on the bottom, and you can be pretty sure that there's a good connection now too. Alright, so let's cool it down. And here we go. This looks really good. I'll take a quick look. And it looks very good, yeah. Indeed. So let's add a little bit of flux and then we can clean up this blob up there. Nice. So we can touch up the pads if we want to. These guys look like they could use some good touching, but besides, oops, that, it looks very good. Could have been a little bit better, but this should work. I'm confident that it will be fine. Alright, so this should be it. Alright, okay. Let's clean it up and let's see if we get any progress here. There's some weird residue on the BQ, so I think it was not the IPA that was bubbling. So maybe there's still some of the liquid that infiltrated this console under this chip. We'll see. At least the short we found is now gone. And, well, it should be gone. We will check in a second if it's still gone. And yeah, then we can continue our debugging journey. I will just clean this off again with a brush so we can have a nice look at everything. This looks good. This looks very good. Okay, everything is clean and the replacement looks good. So let's have a look if this short is still gone. And then we're going to plug in the charger and the battery and see if we get any life signs out of this. Okay, this is good. Nice. So there's a little bit of solder missing under these guys, but it should be fine. There's definitely no short here, which is great. Okay, so let's see what we got when we plug in a battery. So I put the board into this switch Lite, connected everything we need to boot it up, added the battery, and yeah, now we're going to plug this in and see if we get anything on the screen. Nothing so far. Now it's switching to fast charge mode and we still can't see anything. don't know. Where's even the backlight connector? This is just the fan. The APU is getting a little bit warm. So there might be some activity. Let's try, can turn it on. Still nothing. That's very weird. Damn it. That already looks so good. But we still get nothing on the screen. During putting this together, I also noticed that the screen on this one is actually broken. It's very hard to see. You can only see it from a very specific angle. There are also some fingerprints on the actual display. So this display is definitely bad. I don't know about this one. This one looks good actually. Also, there might be something else wrong. Maybe the battery is just still too flat. Alright, so this one is actually the one with the water damage. And I can see that this connector is affected. And also the display connector here in the top. Oh no, that seems to be thermal paste. However that came there. So that should be fine. So I might need to check this connection because it also looks funky on this one. I will just let it charge. It's not very getting warm, so it's probably just fast charging now. Take a look at this one. This pin looks a little bit weird, so we're going to have a check on the microscope, I guess. And also the one on the other side also looks weird. So we can, yeah, we will have a look on the microscope if there's anything wrong. Otherwise, I will just put this board in another switch Lite I have and see if this works in that one. Alright, so I swapped in a new one of these. Funny thing, I did all the debugging to find out that this connector is bad, and once I have disassembled everything, I saw this. Somebody actually wrote bad on this board and covered it with the speaker. Thank you, whoever you are. Okay, so let's give this another try. I connected the battery. Let's see. Anything changes? Oh, we get something. Oh, this screen is also bad. Well, that's great. Oh, look at this. Seems like it's booting up, but yeah, it's definitely booting up. We got the battery sign over there. This screen is messed up. Shit. This is terrible. So we definitely need two newer screens for these guys. Well, but at least we fixed the board. God damn it. That's very sad. But I still got one more thing I can do. And what I got is another Switch Lite, which I got for quite a while now, and I was not able to fix it, or in other words, I messed up badly. It still has some issues, like this one is not working and the stick needs to be placed, but at least the screen should be good. So let's crack this open and let's see if we can make this guy work again. So we get the charging current, display is working. Let's try, and there it's booting up. Nice. So this is at least one switch Lite fixed. Sadly, on the other ones, I'm pretty much out of luck, since both displays are totally destroyed. I would need replacement displays, and I don't have them. And probably it's not even worth buying them, because then I would probably spend more than I would the Switch Lite is worth. Um, so maybe at some point I get my hands on another display. I got tons of original Switch displays, um, but the Switch Lite display is totally different, so I can't use these. But anyways, we fixed this board, this water damage board, and this is pretty cool because normally on a water damaged board you're basically out of luck, um, because the liquid can just destroy everything. And the next thing we can also try is see if the other board is also working, which would be great because then we have two boards which are actually working. Okay, so everything should be connected. Oop, let's grab our USB cable. And see what we get. Here you go. There's another one with the battery, and it's booting up. Well, great. So this one is also working. We got, oh no, that's got no luck with any games today. All cartridge games. Yeah, so anyways, this is also working just fine. So we have two working boards. One that has been fixed, and the other one was already good. But yeah, the screens are messed up, which is really sad. But there's nothing I can do about that. Well, at least we fixed one of the boards, and maybe we will continue working on these because we still need to fix these secondary boards on these or something. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.